yet. You are not even here. Hopefully, you will be soon enough, and we can spend some time together. I don't have an incredible amount of time together this evening. I'm working on that, or at least I wish that I could say that I was. But I figured I would stream a little bit to hang out with you guys, share a few thoughts, talk about some channel updates. Obviously, I'm super not sorry, but I used a clickbaity title. That's just the nature of the beast. You have to do what you have to do sometimes to get everybody to come into the dinner table. So, with that, that's me talking about that way as if that's actually happened just yet. With that being said, you guys, if you don't know, I'm Douglas Moon. This is my channel. This is Douglas Moon Fragrance channel where I do fragrance reviews of all different sorts of fragrances, cheap, expensive, everything in between. And I have a super serious passion for fragrances, as you can probably tell. It means the world to me. What's up, John? Super happy to see you here, my friend. So I'm going to do a little bit of channel updates coming up shortly. But I figured, obviously, if I'm going to put a title like this, I might as well talk about it. But to introduce myself again, Douglas Moon Fragrance. I am a channel who is unsponsored. Nobody pays me or sends me these fragrances for free or anything like that. Very rarely. A few companies have done it a long time ago, like little small ones. But I love welcoming people to send me stuff. But for the most part, I just want to always give you my honest thoughts and opinions as I review fragrances all across the board. Super happy you got JPG Elixir. I'd really like to know how you feel about that. And Joshua, thanks for being here, my friend. But seriously, John, I'd like to know what you're feeling about that. But again, anybody who is new, who comes through here, this is always a channel where I just give my honest thoughts and opinions about fragrances that I love, fragrances that I try. I have a rule of three. So if I try fragrances, I have to try them on my skin at least 3 times because hormones play a huge factor into whether or not you actually get to experience the fragrance. And then I give you my thoughts after that for performance, projection, all that stuff. And I welcome any of you guys' thoughts and opinions as well. As long as you are being respectful, everybody's welcome to this channel when I do my streams. And I appreciate you guys so very much. Casper, reporting for duty, me lord. I was just talking about you literally, because when you say "me lord," it made me think about what was it? I think pick three, me lord, from what is it? Shrek. I absolutely love Shrek, and me and my wife were just talking about that, and it made me think about you. I love that person that wore it all day, taking a shower, and still smell. That is the thing about JPG Elixir is I wore it today myself, and it truly is a powerful fragrance that just goes and goes and goes. It's weird too because I have times where yeah, Brandon, I have times where I go in and out with some fragrances. This is going to sound really crazy to my buddies out there. Before I talk about what the title of this is, in case you guys saw it, if not, then obviously you don't care. But with that being said, have you ever had a fragrance that you really, really loved and you couldn't get enough of it? And then for one reason, one day, for some reason, just out of the blue, you just all of a sudden just don't want it. You don't want to smell it. You don't want it. Have you ever had that happen? There's a fragrance that's like one of your favorite things you've ever smelled. And for a very long time, or for a small period of time, it's just like you just can't get enough of it. And then one day, just something about it just doesn't feel right. And you don't know what it is. Has that happened to you guys? Because that's happening with me right now, the past couple of days. That's been happening with me with one of my favorite fragrances of all time. So, by the way, again, if you guys don't know, my name's Andrew. That's my real first name. Douglas is my middle name. This is the Douglas Moon Fragrance Channel. I review fragrances from the cheap and all the way to the niche, expensive, and luxurious. Nobody sends me these. I pay for these myself. And I try to give you my best honest thoughts about these. I'm not a professional, but again, there's way too many jerk offs out here who are getting paid to tell you a bunch of crap about junky fragrances, expensive ones or dupes and cheapies. So there are plenty of good people out there. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not bashing everybody. Not saying I'm special, but I'm just letting you know ahead of time. That's what I do here. That's my channel. Is being sincere with you guys. Um, what's up, everyone? It's your fragrance boy here. What's up, fragrances style? Salut. Thank you for being here, my friend. Dupe of Male one smells like pear. Interesting. Yeah, I think that is the one that you're thinking of too. By the way, 9 p.m. Oh, Latafa. How about that? So just real quick. So that the title of this isn't clickbaity, I just want to throw this out there. I said our fragrance is a waste of money. And I want to talk about, my love for fragrances as well. You guys have yours, hopefully. So thank you so much for being here. Please, as long as you keep it respectful, you're more than welcome to share your thoughts with one another and with me. I'd love to hear. If you ask me about a fragrance, if you're new here, if you ask me about a fragrance and I have no experience with it, I am not going to talk about it because I don't believe in doing that. I think we shouldn't talk about things too much unless we have real experience. It's kind of like on Reddit or Fragrantica. You've got like an insane amount of people trashing fragrances they've never even smelled. just because the internet gave a bunch of us idiots an opinion. I am one of those people, don't get me wrong, but yeah, just throwing it out there. It's been a while. Very good to see you too, buddy, and I'm really happy that you're here. I appreciate you so much for taking the time to stop through. So, again, just letting you guys know, I'm going to discuss some stuff and then also do a little bit of channel updates. Not that it matters too much for anybody who doesn't care, but if you are a regular here, you'll probably be interested to know. What's up, that one guy? I love your name, makes me very happy. And what's up, everybody? Is that Dontarius? Thank you for being here. I try to pronounce you guys' names respectfully as best that I can. I'm sorry if I ever don't say it right. Scent of the day. Mine was Jean Paul Gaultier's La Mal Elixir. Although I did just take a shower, a little bit of it is still there, not quite as much. Have you tried Fire on Ice from Matafa? I have not, but thank you for asking. If anybody else in the chat has, you're more than welcome to talk about it. But just to, I'm going to keep up with the comments, but just to kind of touch into the topic of this. Obviously, as you can tell, fragrances for me are absolutely not at all a waste of money as a whole. Perfumery is probably, other than music, to an extent, my favorite expression, creative expression, and form of art. It is a form of art as well as a science. It is chemistry, but as well it is artistic interpretation, especially when it's not something that's been very incorporated, like a lot of designer fragrances can be. But just throwing that out there. And again, I am going to keep up with you guys' comments. I promise the best that I can, but I'm going to continue to discuss. So so with that being said, I absolutely love perfumery. What I don't love is how much crap there is out there. So while we'll get to what is worth the money, I am going to say that there's obviously, like when it comes to dupes, cheapies, all of us douches here on the internet who are constantly, not me literally, but like there are so many TikTokers and YouTubers in the fragrance community who are, I did not do that in good timing, but there's so many people out there who are pushing crap at you guys because as we already talk about all the time here on this channel, they're just sponsored and paid to do it. They get sent box loads and box loads and box loads of fragrances to push at you guys because it's impulse buy. It's an addiction thing. You should not look like this. These things you see here, I am a reviewer. Your collection should not look like this unless you have lots of disposable income and no responsibilities, and you do well to pay your bills and save money, and you just happen to be a serious connoisseur. But in general, nobody should just have this. This is ridiculous. Again, I would not have this much anywhere, a fraction of this collection, if I didn't do reviews. But that's not what content creators normally want you to do. They want you to spend money because they have affiliate links and all this crap. So with all that said, and I'm going to get back to you guys' comments here in just a second, I promise. But I just wanted to finish this thought for everybody who's here. Outside of that, outside of all the junk fragrances that are getting pushed like there's like printed paint by numbers and stuff for you guys. In general, though, perfumery is like such a huge expression of creativity. It is so a beautiful work of art, something to make memories for you and the people around you, for yourself, tied to special occasions, moments, special moments in time, cherished moments with loved ones, so much more. Or just to feel good. Like I said, to anybody who's been here before, but if you're new here, I'm going to say it anyway. For me, in my childhood, during very tumultuous times, it was important for me to. I had my mom's fragrance collection that she had, what little bit there was, and it brought me joy. Between that, between being outside, smelling flowers, and so much more, like I was a little sniffy boy. That's what I did, and it brought me joy. It made me have peace. I've always been a sensory person. Scent has been a big way to express myself. And to also to just have memories and to just kind of drift away. And that's that same way for a lot of people. And perfumery is a concentrated form of expression. So yeah, that's pretty much all it's good for, really, is to enjoy, to make memories, and to have a nice time, and to make yourself known in a different kind of way than just the outfits you wear or the way you behave. So, no, in no way, shape, or form is fragrances, perfumery a waste of money. It is beautiful, wonderful thing to have if you can afford to do so, if you can do it responsibly. But fragrances is absolutely a waste of money if you're not buying things that mean something to you. If you are throwing away your money again because you constantly impulse buy whatever fragrance content creators are pushing at you, you're wasting your money. If you are buying things just because it's the next big thing or the next thing that's being talked about, the hyped up fragrance of the week or the month, you're wasting your money. If you have an addiction with buying perfumery, like any other addiction, if somebody, again, I'm not saying this to brag, I'm just saying in case you guys are struggling out there, I'm 7 years sober from addiction myself. 11 years of like some serious addictions of all sorts. If you are addicted to buying fragrances, that's something that you need help with, not encouragement for. So again, an extreme amount of shame on any of you douches out there in the fragrance community who are taking advantage of people just for the sake of a little extra money. It should not be the thing you do. Have some integrity. If you really want to be a part of the fragrance community, you should be wanting to be a part of the fragrance community. That means we are together in this, appreciating fragrances, not forcing crap on people because you make that dollar bill. So, with that rant out of the way, if you're buying fragrances because you spent time getting to know different types of notes and profiles, again, I swear I'm going to go back through the comments here and start answering. I hope you guys are being responsible. If you're being disrespectful to anyone, I don't know. I haven't been reading. I'm about to, I swear. I normally keep up with all of them, but I am sharing my thoughts right now. I'm trying to stay focused because I normally get derailed. But with that being said, if you do start disrespecting each other, this is a family situation here, family friendly. We like to communicate all here together and help each other out, be a real actual fragrance community, trying to build that more. So if you're disrespectful to anyone, you're going to get blocked out. You're going to get rid of. But if you want to be a part of something and communicate with each other, then everybody's more than welcome, whether you disagree with me or not. You're welcome here. So with that being said, just to finish this thought, if you are actually exposing yourself to different fragrance profiles, different things, trying to figure out what really speaks to you, what connects to you, if you're being responsible, if you're not just blowing your money and being irresponsible, harming yourself, and if you are actually enjoying the things you have and appreciating the things that you have and cherishing them and making memories out of them as well and expressing yourself, then fragrances are 100% worth the money. And I love them so very much. As you can see, I very much have a huge passion myself, and I'm sure you do too. So with all that stuff I just said out of the way, I'm going to start reading you guys' comments. Sorry that, again, I was going so long about that. Well, I guess I'm not. It's my channel, and I can talk how I want. But I do love interacting with you guys, so I just wanted to really get that across. Please do not be, first and foremost, if you are a content creator, please do not be a douche about this. Appreciate perfumery and share it with people because you love it, because we all love it. Be honest. It's okay if you're getting paid. It's okay if you're getting sponsored. That's fine. But please be sincere and have some integrity. And don't just feed off of people's addictions and impulses. If you are the person who is struggling, or if you just keep wanting to buy that next big thing, I suggest that you try to back away from the internet and get some peace. Go pray. Get a little bit of time away from everything and just spend some time in peace and tranquility. That's the best I can say to you because you don't need to keep staying hooked in that direction. Fragrances is supposed to be from passion and love and expression and joy and not just like compulsion is the best way I can put it. So again, this is the type of stuff that I talk about on my channel other than doing fragrance reviews. So if you don't like it, it's okay. There's lots of other channels out there for you. With that being said, I'm going to go back now. Express yourself. Absolutely. Okay, so I just missed a lot of stuff. So I guess if you guys really want to re-comment, please feel free to do so. I'll try to now answer you guys. Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. It's pretty decent. It's not my favorite though. I actually like the Parfum edition. The Pure Parfum, not the collector's edition. That one's decent too, but it's not my absolute favorite. I love to use fragrances for myself, not to show off, and that is absolutely what it's for. It's good to want to be seen. It's good to want to be smelled and appreciated. But first of all, here's a huge bullcrap thing that a lot of creators are pushing on you guys. Compliments. Very rarely do compliments happen, especially if you live in most places other than like South America or where I live, the American Southeast. A lot of times people are not just going to walk up to you and tell you you smell amazing. It's very rare it actually happens. It does happen, but very rarely. So with that being said, it's nice to want to be smelled, to be appreciated, but a lot of the time, again, the fragrances that you wear should be for you. Like, imagining that if you was to go out to the club or go on a date and like a genuine lady or man who's going to actually care about you and your personality and like have a real relationship with, assuming that's what you want, something substantial, something that will last. Nobody's going to actually really like get to know your personality just purely off of smelling you and thinking you smell good, and it's going to turn into some beautiful fairy tale. I mean, it could happen. I'm not objectively like, I can't tell, I'm not God or nothing, but more than likely, like if that's your daydream, it is going to continue to be a daydream. Again, though, if it does happen, you're more than welcome to share that here. But fragrances are just more to, again, express yourself for you and for the people around you, but especially for you. Whatever you put on, I hate Louis Vuitton fragrances, but if you like Louis Vuitton fragrances, if they really speak to your soul, it's awesome. It's fantastic. I love Xerjoffs. Maybe you hate Xerjoff, and that's totally okay. I love Xerjoff Naxos. My wife doesn't really like it all that much. She thinks it's nice. It makes her think of me because I wear it so much, but she doesn't really like it. It just doesn't connect to her, and that's totally okay. We're allowed to have disagreements. but you should only wear things that really speak to you and then connect to those people who are close to you and around you. But that's my opinion, and it's okay if you disagree. Um, what's up, buddy? Prada L'Homme. Not too bad, but it's not a huge thing for me personally. Just throwing that out there. It's not something I would ever personally wear because it is a little bit more classic, traditional. But it's okay if you really like it. And if you've never tried it, though, on the other hand, I will say Big Blue here was kind of right up the alley. And I also appreciate you guys so much when you help each other out. It means the world to me because, again, I want my channel. It is my channel. It will always be my channel, but I want it to be a community with you guys. So again, if I ever miss a comment, and you're a regular here and you're being respectful, please help each other out. Capri in Love. It is very well made. Capri, I did a review on it the other day. Just throwing this out there. If you guys appreciate being here with me, please feel free to go check out my actual review videos and show some love there. I hate doing this salesman crap, but we have no choice as YouTubers but to do that kind of thing. With that being said, I did a review on it. I will go ahead and tell you because it's spoilers. I enjoy it. It was very well made. Has good performance for it's an eau de parfum compared to a lot of the other Dolce and Gabbana line. It does very well. On the flip side, it's absolutely not my style. If we are going to really be appreciative of the art form of perfumery, we have to experience it. We have to expose ourselves to different sorts of profiles and levels of quality so that we can recognize when something was made very well, even if it's not for us. I know it sounds very pretentious, but we're talking about an art form here. It kind of sounds that way, but it's not. You need to be able to identify if something was made well, even if you don't like it. And I actually really don't like Light Blue Capri in Love. I'll never wear it for myself, mostly because something about the black pepper notes just don't come across in a way that I like. I really don't. And it almost makes me feel unhappy when I've tried to give it a shot. But I will say, the way that it performed, it was made very well, and it lasts a very good time, even on my skin. And my skin's trash. My skin hates me. It does not want to do well with fragrances. Um, have you tried Mancera Cedrat Bois? I have the Intense version. I haven't had the original, but I do like the Intense. By the way, I'm sorry if it's all wiggly. Thoughts on oil perfumes? I guess it depends on who's making it. Uh-oh, comments are coming in a little quick, so I'm sorry if I'm not keeping up with you guys well. Remember to like this video, by the way. Again, I hate to do the douchey YouTube stuff, but you have to. You have to do it so that it continues to grow, and I would like this channel to grow, not just this community. It helps me a lot. So like the video if you're enjoying yourself. Ombre Leather Parfum or the original. No brainer for me personally. Ombre Leather Parfum is in my top 5, or excuse me, well, it's definitely my top 10 favorite fragrances of all time. I very much love it, very, very dearly. Cedrat Bois smells like a Aventus from the atomizer, but so it does very much have like that Aventus kind of qualities to it. The Cedrat Bois Intense especially, but there is differences in the wood's qualities and the molecules overall just kind of come across where like it's not exactly the same. I like it, but I don't ever wear it. Again, it's one of those ones where I can appreciate it, but I'm never going to wear it. Cedrat Bois Intense is just most of the Aventus-ish type of feel are not really for me, except I do, for whatever reason, something about Club de Nuit Intense Pure Parfum just makes me very happy. I don't know why. My wife and me both love it. And I wear it quite often during the summertime. It just has a good feel to it that brings me joy. Have you tried Kopf? I have not. Nor have I tried Tariac Intense. I'm sorry I can't help you, my friend. But again, if anybody in the chat can, I really appreciate that. How's it going, Sigma? It's going very well, to be honest with you. Best blue collar fragrance. So, actually, I'm glad you asked me that. A lot of you guys might disagree with this, but that's okay because I disagree with you. So, this past year, I gave one of our closest friends, Brandon. He is a plumber. His family owns his plumbing company, and they're very successful. I sent oceans of love to him. And I actually, for some reason, I think it was Luna Rosa Ocean, Prada Luna Rosa Ocean, the eau de parfum or whatever it was. I think that's what it was. Yes, the Ocean is what I'm pretty sure it was. For some strange reason, doesn't smell like the ocean. It doesn't make me think in any way, shape, or form of an oceanic fragrance like 40 Knots from Xerjoff, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense, or even like aquatic coconutty feel at Paradise Garden. Doesn't make me think of that at all. For some reason, Prada Luna Rosa Ocean actually makes me think of like a working man's fragrance. I don't know what it is, but I don't like Prada fragrances for the most part. It has great performance for the most part as well for the price range, but I don't know. It's something about it smelled just like something that made me think when I was a child There were people like mechanics that I knew and people who did like handyman stuff, and they just kind of had that kind of smell for some reason. I don't know. I know that sounds very stupid and strange to you guys probably, but definitely I gave that to him, and he was like, "Yes, this is perfect for me." And he's actually got compliments from customers from wearing it and stuff. So I think that's kind of what I would send people to do. Tom Ford Oud Voyage. I have not. If not his favorite. You're talking about if you're talking about Lamal Elixir, is that what you're talking about, Big Blue? If so, I absolutely love that. Prada Ocean EDP is a low key banger. It is, Bert. It is a really good fragrance. Again, it's not something I would personally ever wear, and I was happy to be able to give it away as a gift to my buddy. But it definitely to me is like something about the smell is very good for a worker man. I don't know why, but it just in my mind. Again, fragrances are subjective. You have to remember that. What's up, Omar? Super happy to see you here. Just want you guys to know if you become regulars to my streams when they happen, I'm always very excited to see you guys back. Seriously, like, it brings me immense amounts of joy when I get to interact with you guys on a regular basis. I truly love y'all more than you probably know. And every time that I see you again and your names pop up, it's like a little bit of fire burns inside of me. And it's just cool. It's cool that I get to talk about perfumery with you guys. So I don't know if this channel is ever going to grow a whole lot more. But one thing is for sure, I never imagined. Me and my wife talk about this every day. When I say that, I mean I talk about it, and she unfortunately has to listen. But I'm just kidding. She actually is like she's like the most supportive person in the universe for me, and really happy with everything that's happened here. But it brings me a lot of joy that I get to talk with you guys so very much. So Versace Blue. I'm not a big Versace Blue guy. Later, gang. Well, hey Bert, I hope you have a good time at work. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate you so very much. Like seriously for coming through. Do you prefer sampling and buying, or okay? So first and foremost, Jub or Jube. Thanks for coming through. I despise blind buying. Absolutely 100%. It's one of the cringiest things that started getting encouraged in the fragrance community. If you disagree with me, it's your thing, all right? I can have my own opinion. You don't have to agree with me at all. Just as much as I despise people pushing crappy dupes on you guys, no, I'm not saying there's no good dupes out there. There are. But way too many of these douches on TikTok and here on YouTube are pushing junk at y'all because they get paid to. So that's the first I hate. But with that being said, from there comes an impulsive amount of blind buying on you guys' behalf because of these douchebags. So I do not like blind buying. If you just can't help yourself, I can't stop you. If it's a thrill for you, that's not healthy, and I get that it's a thrill, but I can't. But sampling things is what it's all about. So I will say I am a hypocrite because, for the sake of doing reviews for you guys, I often am blind buying fragrances. So when I got most of my Amawages and other stuff, and I buy these myself, so nobody sends them to me, I do, make that decision to get them for the sake of doing reviews. And again, that's right, to most people that would be irresponsible. And I totally understand that. But for you guys, I do not want you just going and throwing your money away if you don't know if something's for you or not. It's not smart. So I'm sorry if that seems offensive to you. Again, I guess I'm not. It's my channel. And I can say what I want. There's plenty of other people who will echo chamber for you guys and tell you keep it up. And I'm not going to do that here. I care about you guys, even if you never talk to me again, if you never come back to my channel again. I actually care about what you do with your money. I don't want your money. I want you to want to take care of your money and develop yourself and grow as a person. So yeah, never for blind. I'm not coming to anybody particular in a person right now. I'm just saying I do not encourage it. Great stream. How not to be a douchebag. I wish I could offer that, but I often feel like I probably come across as a douchebag myself when I do these streams. But it is what it is. Yeah, I agree. A hobby becomes addiction. I got Iberian leather dupe. Huh. I might have to check that out. Have you tried Hypnotizing Fire by The Harmonist? I have not, my friend. Jazz Club is a way better modern version of Dolce & Gabbana The One. Do you think so? I actually don't remember what Jazz Club smells like. I know it's an eau de toilette, and I'm a big whiny baby about getting those. But I will have to go check that out again. There's just a lot of stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head at this moment. But hey friends, Casper the Mod here. Click the thumbs up. I really appreciate you, Brandon. Thank you so very much. And what's up, GH3 Reviews? Thanks for popping back through. Seriously, for all wrong, is it soapy? To an extent, Elijah, it is. Yes, I do want to encourage you guys, please, to remember to hit that like button. Just because I hate saying that. I don't know why. I still, even though I'm trying to grow this channel, I hate doing the whole like hit the like button, subscribe. I don't know why, but it bothers me. But it is absolutely necessary to help the channel out. So thank you, and I appreciate you, Job. Again, I wasn't coming at you, and I hope that is one thing I hope. I'm not sorry for the things I say, but I hope it never comes off like I'm trying to attack one of you guys individually. I just don't like the fact that these YouTube channels and stuff keep encouraging you guys to blind buy junk as if that's as if it's cool to just make people do things they shouldn't be doing with their money. When you can seriously go on like so many different websites and get samples of stuff. Don't get me wrong now, there are a lot of these sample sites that are charging like a maybe not quite always the fairest amount of money for a travel. I don't know. That's probably not true, is it? Some of them are pretty decent sized bottles, but regardless, you get what I'm saying. Try to get samples if you can. Sometimes, like here's one thing that I think is a good price range. I don't know if it's like this on the internet, but I do know if you can find a store, for instance, that sells were they fragrance flights or sample what are they called? It's like when they have the thing. Yeah, I call them a fragrance flight, where it's like a set of little sample bottles and stuff. Some stores have them. For instance, Mind Games. Mind Games are like ridiculously expensive fragrances. Absolutely, you should not just go out there just buying them willy nilly without knowing if you like them or not. I also don't really like Mind Games fragrances all that much, except for like one. But they have like for $75, you can get 10 samples. Now, $75 is obviously a pretty reasonable amount of money for the working man, but 10 sample fragrances so you can at least test them and see if it's worth having before you go throw all your money away. Amber Oud and Aqua de Bai is not a close imagination to discovery sets. Thank you, Blockbuster. Thank you so much for helping me. I never said I was smart. I just said that I'm here with you guys. Blue Spice is trash, so overhyped. I haven't tried that myself. Sprays for Days has really good and big samples. Cool. Thank you for letting me know about that. I'm wearing Liquid Brune right now, so hyped up. I mean, so I will say that I have appreciation for Liquid Brune, but it's my least favorite of the dupes. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I'm not a dupe channel. I don't like them as a whole, like a concept, but I do appreciate to again stepping outside of my thoughts. I do appreciate that some of them have been really helpful for people who just don't have a lot to spare and aren't trying to invest too much in something like perfumery. Maybe is just kind of a passing thing for you. I get that, but with that being said, if you really do love fragrances, then grow out of that. Try to work past it. Save your money up. Save your money and like make a collection of things that you really, really love. There are some really good cheapies, but for the most part, the quality and what they put in them, it is a bunch of crap. And you're going to overall just kind of blast through them a lot faster than you should. So just throwing it out there. But yeah, the other day 1 million. So I will say this: with all that whining I just did, I really think tomorrow I'm probably going to wear 1 million elixir. I still enjoy it myself. Want cheap? Just go Dylan Blue. That's true. Dylan Blue is not one of my personal favorites, but it does actually have that magical performance for an eau de toilette. They did a good job. Versace really knows what they're doing when they make fragrances. One of my favorite fragrances of all time is definitely Versace Eros Parfum, and then at the moment, most of all, at the top of that list is Versace Eros Flame. I love this. Oh, this is special. This is the next. If you like Versace Eros, especially the Parfum edition, which is the most mature and dense and incredible of that line, for me personally, then you got to go try the Eros Flame because it takes it to that next level with the more blood orange qualities. It's just there's something special about this. I just can't get past it. Opinion I have on Amber Oud colognes. Mm, to be on recommend Amazon people samples will be there. I don't. To be honest with you, I haven't tried a lot of those fragrances. To my buddy who asked about the Al Haramain, so I can't really give you my thoughts. I have a rule of three here on my channel, so if I haven't worn something personally on my skin at least 3 times, so I can really tell you about its performance, longevity, all that stuff. I don't really like to give my thoughts about anything, but you guys are more than welcome to help each other out. Strongest fragrance in your collection? That is a little difficult because La Mal Elixir is an extremely crazy performer. Sauvage Elixir, same thing. Paco Rabanne 1 million. Interlude 53. I would say, okay, at the very top, probably Interlude 53 by Amouage. Maison Francis Kirkjohn's Oud Silk Mood Extrait de Parfum. Yeah. And then Initio Side Effect. These are three like the absolute like most powerful fragrances that I got. That's bad in my opinion. Mancera Red Tobacco is definitely a nuclear fragrance. It is. Mancera, especially I got the intense version, and it is pretty dang crazy. Too many clones, overhyped, usually bad performance. I agree, Charles. Thank you so much for taking the time to say that. Because people have gotten frustrated with me in the past for saying that. Again, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as good clones. There are. There are very good dupes out there. But it's dime a dozen. Most of them are trash, just sludge, and there's just turd among turd among turd trying to be a YouTuber or a content creator who's just looking to get that buck and throw stuff at you. I would say, even if you never come back to my channel again, that's totally fine. What I would say, if you really want to watch fragrance content and you want something more sincere, just see if the people who are making the stuff that you're watching come off as if they actually care about what they're talking about, or if they're doing that whole wacky performative thing. Now, some people are just, trying, that's just their thing, and I get that, but you can kind of tell in people's demeanor, and you can also kind of tell with the stuff they talk about, if people actually care about what they're doing. And I would rather you trust those kinds of people than just people who are trying to do the whole salesman crap, who are like very clearly sponsored and junk. It's ridiculous. But there are still some good clones out there. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. I try. I don't expect everybody, or even like most people, to enjoy me personally, but I do know that there are other YouTubers out there in the fragrance community who are sincere, and I really just encourage you to seek them out, even if you never come back here again. I appreciate you guys. What does Liquid Bruna smell like on your skin? So I know you're asking GH3. And by the way, what's up, Zach? Thank you for being here. Every single one of you guys coming through here, I appreciate you guys. If you do want to keep hanging out, please hit the like button. It really helps a lot more than you think to keep the videos doing good. And if you in any way, shape, or form are having a nice time being here, that means a lot to me if you help my video do well. And also, just cannot encourage you guys enough to please go check out my actual reviews. I'm continuing to work on the quality of them. I'm not a top 10 dude. I do some live streams from time to time where it's like, my top 30 favorites or whatever. I try. It's really hard to pick favorites of making like a real list. But I got a better way I'm gonna do that in the future. With that being said, I'm like an Aaron Terrence Hughes kind of person. He's one of my biggest inspirations. So every time that I do reviews, it's one fragrance at a time. I actually really I just discuss how it makes me feel. I discuss the performance, the pricing, all that stuff, the notes and everything. I do the breakdown. That's my style. And if you don't like that kind of stuff, that's okay, because it's all subjective. 90 degrees. I wore Lamella Elixir today. Yeah, Lamella Elixir is extremely powerful. It is a fragrance that is very difficult to not smell on people. Vulcan Bay. I'm not sure, Jeff, but I will say that I'm never going to buy another one of those Vulcan fragrances again. Because, again, like I say all the time, Vulcan Sable smells pretty decent, but at the same time, it just smells like an old man. Again, it's my personal opinion, but and I like some old man fragrances, but Vulcan Sable is just like not necessary. Performance is like pretty okay at first, and then just turns to crap like the rest of it. But Vulcan Few was one of the biggest disappointments I've ever had in the fragrance world my entire life. I actually decided to be an idiot and trust a few content creators myself, and I got Vulcan Few. I bought it, and it's crap. It smelled pretty okay, but at the same time, the performance was absolute garbage, and I cannot just stop being sick to my stomach about how much people are pushing, saying it's like a nuclear, and I realized, oh, you guys do this a lot. You say all this crap is nuclear. So, Versace Hawas Ice and Hadla Shiaka. I will say this: Shiaka actually did. If you got the original, does actually a fantastic job. As you know, I really, really, really love Reflections, man, by Amouage. Cannot wait soon to get Reflections 45. But most definitely, Shiaka actually does a pretty decent job. And I do not like Versace Hawas fragrances for the most part. But I will say if you had to have one, Ice is one that I think you're gonna really enjoy. Blue Smile smells like a bar of soap. What is the perfume with the greatest trail? Vulcan Sable. Vulcan Sable is better. It's just none of them are really for me. Thank you, Marcel, for asking. Best trail, best sillage. Um, that's a toughie because again, there's a handful of them that kind of have a really good. So again, Lamal Elixir, very powerful. Sauvage Elixir. Um, I would say that Naxos does a pretty decent job, but it does kind of drift more, even though this is not for everybody in any way, shape, or form. If you like this kind of thing, and I do, Alexandria 2 by Zerjoff has a really, really good trail going on. Yeah, La Elixir overall just has like an insane amount of performance. It's kind of hard to beat, but Le Beau Le Parfum also does actually a really good job as well. Initio Side Effect, Oud for Greatness, at least on me. I will also say Parfums de Marly's Herod and Parfums de Marly's Leighton and Leighton Exclusive do a really, really good job coming off of me personally. Also, I hate this fragrance. I absolutely do not like this fragrance, but it was made very well. But I don't like it. It isn't also the most natural fragrance, but I don't like it anyway. And that would be Angel Share by Killian. Killian's actually, Angel Share does have a pretty decent performance, pretty good sillage and so forth, but I just don't like it. And it's just syrupy for me. It's made decently enough. A lot of people love it. It's just for some strange reason, even though Naxos I love, and it is syrupy-ish. Like I got it on my hand right now, kind of sweet honey. Somehow or another, I just do not like Angel Shea. It's too much for me. Horrible every formula. I agree. Worst cologne I got is Leather Oud. Low key. I haven't tried that one. You got any Montaigne? I do not, my friend, but I'm sorry. But thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I didn't know I was live. Real time. Oh yeah. This is live. So I always do my best. Again, my name is Douglas Moon. I'm sorry I haven't introduced myself in like a little bit now during this stream, but I am a fragrance reviewer to the best of my ability. I still constantly trying to grow at all times. But here, I just like to, I'm not sponsored. Nobody sends me this stuff. If you ever do send me anything, just understand, because I do not like these emails, and I have gotten these emails, and I will not interact with them well. But please understand, first and foremost, all the big dupe companies do, in fact, ask people to sign off that they will say these things are good in their performers. I've gotten these emails, and I'm not going to say any names because I don't want any trouble, but I am going to throw this out there. Truly, truly, they are telling people, I'll send you stuff, I'll pay you, but you have to say it's good, and that's bullcrap. I would say stronger things if I was comfortable doing it on my stream. So throwing this out there, uh, yeah, it's just not okay. This is a live stream. I always love hanging out with you guys. I always love talking with you guys, and it means a lot to me. Have you seen Latafa Habib? I have not. Well, most of the TikTokers out there are cooked because they're not even telling us that most of the Middle Eastern fragrances suck. You're correct. And here's the thing. Eventually, here's why it's stupid to build your channel or your TikTok, even though TikTok sucks anyway. Here's why it's stupid to build your channel around crap fragrances. Because it doesn't matter if you make a little money for a little while. Eventually, and you can go look on Reddit, you'll see this. Eventually, people will buy stuff that you suggested, and they'll buy it, and they'll buy it, and they'll buy it. And then, after they've had nothing but crap come through, what do you think is going to happen? If you're one of these douchey TikTokers who are pushing stuff on people, and they keep buying things that you suggest, and then the stuff doesn't perform the way you said, and it doesn't really smell the ways that you kind of give it the quality for, people are going to catch on to that after a while, and they won't trust you. But you don't care about that, do you? A lot of times these people are just pushing stuff. They don't care. It doesn't really matter to them because it's just on to the next people who will cycle through, and people will always be cycling through because there's always going to be new people trying to get into fragrances and just looking it up. And unfortunately, stumbling across the wrong people half the time. But it's just a part of the beast. That's why there's a lot of people out there, including myself, who's just trying to push it at you guys to just keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears open, and go test fragrances. Get samples, test stuff. Don't just listen to us. Go test stuff and really get a feel for what actually speaks to you. Hey brother, how you doing? I'm doing great, Brian. Finally got Lamel Elixir. Everybody's getting Lamel Elixir. I can see that if there was anything that I ever actually... Oh man, my wife's been very excited because she loves Lamel Elixir. If there was anything apparently that I've influenced any of you guys to do, is a bunch of you guys who got Lamel Elixir. So I'm happy to find it out during this particular stream that it's actually happening. But we just want to throw this out there again. Nobody's sponsoring or paying me on that. It would be really crazy. Um, this is a joke, but if Jean Paul Gaultier hit me up and was like, hey, we'll send you lifetime supplies of our stuff, and you just have to say it's great. I'd be like, first of all, I already think it's great. I'll sign off on that. But please, yes, send it to me. That would never happen because Jean Paul Gaultier doesn't need it to happen. But if they was going to, I would probably, that might be the time I sell out. I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm just kidding. But anyway, Louis Vuitton Imagination. I'm not a Louis Vuitton fan, Mr. B. Some of them were made pretty decently. I like Ombre Nomad, but for the most part, they're just very expensive air freshener. I know you guys are not going to be happy to hear me say that, and it's okay. You disagree with me, that's fine. Harsh, chalky, white soap smell, GH3. Aqua Dubai. I want Invictus Parfum. A new fragrance, but not telling us the fragrance lasts longer. Lamel has lasted. Lamel and Nexus, you are right. Oh, yeah. JPG is horrible. Hey, listen, that's your choice, buddy. But we very much disagree here on this channel. You a fan of Ultramale? Oh, wait, hold on. I think I missed something. Have you tried any J colognes? I have not, my friend, but thank you, Hayan, for being here. Hopefully I said your name right. Never smelled JPG. Yeah, I love me some JPG. I understand it ain't for everybody, but listen, at the end of the day, like I said, that's fragrances. Fragrances are all over the board. I really, really like Alexandria too. Lots of people think it's disgusting, and I totally understand that. I hate Silver Oud by Amouage, even though I will suggest it if somebody's looking for that kind of oudy fragrance. Some people can't get enough of it. I saw Reddit pages where they think that Hayat by Xerjoff is one of the greatest fragrances ever made. Look, some people like stinky junk. What's your favorite dupe fragrance? Um, Yeah, I don't. And I understand what you just said, Olds, by the way. A lot of people just don't dig that much Tonka, that much vanilla. It's not for everybody. It's totally okay. Um, my favorite dupe, I guess if I actually had to pick one, I was just thinking about this the other day. This is kind of a bit of a cop out. Just being straight up, it kind of is. But I would say if I really had to pick, I prefer the. No, you know what? Actually, I will do this. This is going to be kind of funny, but because I absolutely despise the Hawass line for the most part. But I did a video the other day, and Hawass Tropical, go ahead, sue me. Don't actually sue me. I'll be really upset. I would be really disappointed in you guys if you did that. Please don't do that. But Hawass Tropical actually did surprise me a lot. It's supposed to be kind of in the same vein as the Paradise Garden I got up there, and I have to say they actually did a really good job. As much as I don't care too much for the original Hawass, Hawass Ice, Hawass Fire, all that junk, I'm actually really surprised about this and really proud that they like knocked it out of the park with this. So I think overall, I'd probably say this one, and then I really love Closing the Nuit Intense Ma'am Pure Parfum Edition. Makes me really happy. I like these fragrances a lot. I might actually wear this one to sleep tonight. I know that might sound crazy because it's like really, really strong, but I do like it a lot. Scandal is horrible. I have not tried Scandal, Charles. What do you think about Zara's Most Wanted EDP? It's pretty decent. I haven't tried it in a while, so I can't say for sure, and I haven't really tested on my skin too much. But I agree. Have you tried? Sorry, you guys. Sometimes like a random influx of comments come through, and I miss you guys. Just driving to have some money. I definitely would say side effect is fantastic. Acento is really nice. Special Monkey's not my favorite, but it has been kind of growing on me lately, just being honest. J. Dot. Jeremy. Jeremy has been glazing them quite a bit. I'm not sure. J. Dot. I haven't tried J. Dot fragrances, so I don't know. Are you talking about Jeremy Fragrance has been talking about them a lot? I just throwing this out there, by the way. I actually get a kick out of Jeremy Fragrance. I hope he's healthy. I'm not gonna pass any judgments because I don't know. I've never talked to the guy. To this moment, I've talked to. So I don't want to say this to be rude. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything by the stretch of the imagination in any way, shape, or form. But so I have not spoken to or been reached out by a single other like actual fragrance content creator. So when I say that, I don't mean like some of you guys here are my buddies and you guys are also fragrance content creators. I think you know what I mean. Like I've never communicated with anybody like else who does this in any kind of level like what I kind of am doing. So yeah, but just throwing it out there. But if I was ever to talk to somebody, if I ever had a chance to talk to Jeremy Fragrance, I think it'd be fun just to have. I don't know if I'd let him sniff me on camera, but I'd talk to him. Never the bow ultra male is good. Oh yeah, somebody asked me about ultra male earlier, and it's pretty decent. Please show me the Sillage by Arma. Oh okay. Well here it is right here. I'm not the biggest fan of the bottle, although it's kind of neat, but it's not the coolest thing ever. I have not tried Lalique before, but thank you for asking, my friend. This actually, even though it's synthetic-y, I do got to give this credit. They did a pretty decent job compared to the original Silver Mountain Water. Now, obviously, it doesn't have the same amount of luxury as Silver Mountain Water, but it's got a little something going for it. So I just want to throw this out there. My favorite parfum is weird, super sweet. I like Black Lacquer. I'm not the hugest fan of Amore Cafe, but Black Lacquer by Tom Ford is actually a pretty fantastic fragrance. So I just want to throw this out there. I am about to have to go ahead and end this stream. Normally, I would do this for an hour to 2 hours, just depending on the situation. I'm going to be working on my streaming schedule. So here's how this is going to look going forward. First and foremost, you guys helped me hit a goal that I was trying to work at. It means a lot to me. So I'm not going to talk about what that goal was, but you guys helped me hit a goal that has been extremely meaningful to me and brought me a lot of joy. So thank you guys so very much. I haven't tried Millstone. I haven't tried that one either, to be honest with you, just yet. Hawass Tropical. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not missing this. So I will say that, like, in and of itself, you should still get JPG Paradise Garden if you want something of much more quality. So Hawass Tropical is decent, but if you want like the real serious quality, then you should totally get the original. Salute to you. Thank you too. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate you taking the time to subscribe to me. That means a lot. Seriously. It's crazy to me to think any of you guys actually truly. I know it sounds stupid because I'm talking to the camera and you guys are here, but every single time one of you guys even cares to subscribe, it means the world to me. But yeah, as my buddy here said, I'm going to be doing streaming changes going Sunday and Wednesday going forward in the future. That is my plan at this point. But I am going to see about one thing just this week. So my posting schedule going forwards that I'm thinking about and potentially set in stone. I'm going to start doing it next week. Is going to be Thursdays in the evening time, Eastern Standard Time. But this particular week, I'm going to try one thing. And the only reason I'm trying this is because of another friend who does the same type of stuff for the most part. But he just does a different type of content to some extent. So I'm going to post this week's video tomorrow. So I just want you guys to know ahead of time. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you. And Hyan, oh wow, you guys are cool. Thank you. I'm not saying it to be like I'm not making this up. It really means a lot to me so much as you guys are actually subscribed to the channel. Thank you. Seriously, it means a lot to me. You're always honest. You guys are cool. I appreciate y'all for saying that. That brings me immense amounts of joy. What do you youngins say? I'm 32 years old, so I'm not. I'm young, but I'm not that young. But you guys say glaze. You guys are glazing me right now. I think that's. I should probably never say that again. Actually, I'm taking that back. Please pretend you never heard that. But seriously, thank you guys so much for taking the time to encourage and to be so kind. It means the world to me. But I'm big on YSL fragrances. That's cool. YSL myself, the Parfum is really nice, and YSL Y EDP, I really like that one. I haven't tried Glaze isn't that old. Okay, well in that case, Toasted Waffle Robotics, I like that. That's nice. In that case, I can still use it. But yeah. So basically, my goal is that tomorrow I'm going to be posting a review of one of my favorite fragrances in the universe. So obviously that like kind of throws me under the bus. I'm telling you ahead of time that I like it. I don't really care. That's fine. I'm going to be reviewing. I'm posting a review tomorrow night of Aaron Terrence Hughes' Unicorn, and soon I'm going to be able to actually get a chance to do Unicorn Elixir. But in this particular case, it's going to be about the Unicorn Original Unicorn Oud. I cannot wait for you guys to see that review. Please be prepared tomorrow evening, tomorrow Wednesday Eastern Standard Time, tomorrow evening. Be prepared to check that out. Show me some love. Come through. Give me leave some comments. Watch it as long as you're willing to watch it because that's what helps YouTube think you guys to give a crap. Hit the like button as well. So if you guys want to support the channel, that's all I want you to do. I don't need you to do anything else. If you try a couple of my reviews and go, this just isn't for me, that's totally okay. I'm never going to push anybody to do anything you don't want to do. But if you have enjoyed yourself during this stream, please come back. Go check out my videos. I just do one fragrance at a time. I'm not a very sensational kind of person. And hopefully you will enjoy it. So yes, tomorrow is going to be Aaron Terrence Hughes Unicorn. I'm doing tomorrow just to see how it goes. If Wednesday seems to do okay, I might actually try to do that for a little bit. If not, I'm going to stick with the original plan me and my buddy Brandon here on here was talking about doing Thursday evenings. So we'll see. But tomorrow I'm going to post, and that'll be the way it is. What's your views on Wildstone Edge? I'm not sure. Tech resolution. I haven't tried that. Just started watching you like 5 minutes ago for the first time and already subscribed. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And you stay blessed as well, my friend. Everybody of every walk of life is welcome here to my channel. There is no such thing as a wrong opinion when it comes to appreciating fragrances. Like if you don't like a fragrance I love and vice versa, that's totally okay. The only thing I ever ask of you guys is to be respectful to me and to each other. If you try to come out of your shell a little bit, if you see somebody in the comments talking about a fragrance and I don't know, now help them out if you do have experience with that. What could be another fragrance like black lacquer? Thank you for asking the question. A fragrance like black lacquer. If I had to say something that's close enough to it, but still different, it's missing like the inky quality, there's a couple. I would say one of my favorites of all time, Parfums de Marly's Herod, has a dark richness, almost in a way, a murkiness to it, but I love it very much. If you get the chance to try that, go to like a Nordstrom or something, Parfums de Marly's Herod and Carlisle. On top of that, I would say Ebon Fume might give you a feel similar. They're almost very much alike. There's just a difference because of the vinyl notes, the inky vinyl notes. But I would say Ebon Fume by Tom Ford, kind of in that same vein. What's a good cologne by Versace? So almost anything by Versace is going to kill it. Thank you, Robert, for being here and asking, by the way. So, Versace Eros Parfum, or the Eau de Parfum, but I prefer the Parfum, or Versace Eros the Flame. And then when it comes to Valentino, there's only one Valentino. Well, that's not true. There's three. I'm sorry, I'm so dumb. Um, Valentino's Uomo, not the Born in Roma. The original Valentino Uomo Intense is a leather forward fragrance. Very fantastic. Leather sandalwoody. Absolutely fantastic. It's an eau de parfum. Most of the rest of them, except for the recent editions of the Born in Roma Uomo, but I don't like that one, are EDTs. So Valentino Coral Fantasy is phenomenal. I love it. Apple Tobacco, I just think it's fantastic. And then Green Stravaganza is fantastic. So I love that. My wife's actual, when my wife does her little combination, she has the women's Born in the Donna, I guess, is what it's called, Green Stravaganza, and she actually blends that. She likes to blend stuff. I don't do that. I'm too basic, but she likes to blend that often with women's Versace Eros Parfum. Harrod is so special. I wish I could afford it. Hey, buddy, save you up some money. Check out websites like FragranceNet or Max Aroma. I love Harrod. It is truly my little Parfums de Marley's is up here, and this is one of my favorite things I've ever smelled. It brings me an incredible amount of joy. I don't know. Something about it's just truly special, and I love it. Harrod out there on a dry down. I get a lot of Harrod out there dry down. I can kind of see that a little bit, but not too much for me personally. What's your favorite cologne? I will answer that in just a second, my friend. Great stream. I've been enjoying it. I've been filming for the last couple months. That's awesome, Timothy. First and foremost, thank you for being here. Secondly, I've been enjoying it myself. I'm gonna head out. Well, hey, you have a great rest of your night. I'm literally getting off here in just a second, anyways, myself. What sites do you recommend? So, if you're not gonna get them directly from like the sites or from a store, which is perfectly okay, it's awesome to use discounters as long as they're trustworthy. From my personal experience, I like FragranceNet and Max Aroma. I've had an incredible amount of experience. I'm not sponsored by them. I've used them and had great experience. I do see you recommending Joma Shop. I've used that once, and I will say I did not have a bad experience. I just heard a lot of people say they have shipping troubles. Troubles might not really be the word. I've not heard anybody say they didn't get their stuff. It just takes a long time to get it. But it didn't happen with me, but I've only used them once. And I appreciate you for being here, buddy. Versace pour on. Nice. Very nice. Amazon is terrible. They don't store their fragrances badly. I haven't had that experience, Big Blue, but that very much could happen. So I haven't really got much from them. But yeah, FragranceNet has been fantastic as far as I've experienced in the past when I got stuff from them, and then Max Aroma has always seemed to do pretty good for me. So those are sites that I'd say. Versace Eros or Versace Energy. It is. I actually like it. I don't wear it much because it's not quite my style, but I think it is a good fragrance. Everybody's guys too. You can get samples from them as well. Absolutely. I will say also on websites like sorry you guys, give me just a second. On websites like FragranceNet, you can also get these bad boys. Let me see if I can find. There's one in particular I wanted to. Gee whiz, dude, what did I do with it? Uh-oh. There it is. Okay, sorry. I was trying to find my myself YSL myself EDP. I got a couple like women's Amawages over here as well, which is pretty cool. And then Strong with You Intensely. But yeah, I on FragranceNet they do these things where I think there's like $15, something like that. But you get a decent sized travel bottle thing, and it comes with a little sprayer. So I was like, that's pretty cool. So like I said, they didn't send me these. I got them myself, but I liked that you can do this. You can do the same thing on Max Aroma, but the price is like way different. I'll let you guys know, Amazon. Cool. Definitely let us know. But so with that being said, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even remember what this smells like. Okay, yeah, I got some free space here. Huh. I have to say that this is like a very basic fragrance. Like, not, I don't want to judge it because, like I said, I haven't had a chance to like, really give it a shot. But this is the YSL myself. Sorry, you guys. I know I brain farted there, but sometimes when I'm like in the mood to smell something, I really kind of want to zonk into it. Okay, as it's doing this thing, I can appreciate this. I would never probably have like the actual real deal, but that was the YSL myself, the EDP. I like it, but it's not something I would probably ever wear. Maybe I'll give it some more time and come back to you guys, let you know later. BDK Citrus Riviera. I have not tried that one myself or any real BDK fragrances. I wish I could stream longer, and it is super fun. I love doing this with you guys, but I do got to be honest with you. I didn't have as much time tonight just because me and my wife got to go sleep. Trust me, gotta get to work tomorrow, but everything is going to be totally cool, and I will be streaming again later. How to buy perfumes that match our skin smell. So there is science behind it. That's actually all it is. Now I'm not saying it to be sarcastic. Is that Shake? Thank you for being here. So it's absolutely in no way, shape, or form sarcasm. It's actually how it is. So when they create fragrances, the entire process is chemistry. That's what perfumery breaks down to. But how you personally have to understand how something works for you is by sampling it and testing it out, because your hormones are going to react completely differently than a lot of other people. It's you and your personal development, your skin, your conditions, whatever, is going to make a difference in how something will ultimately break apart. Even with the composition of the notes and layering from even the best of perfumers, things will still ultimately kind of work on people differently. And that's why testing stuff is very important to see what works for you as an individual, and then figuring out like as sad as this is, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't have something and appreciate it, but for instance, for a lot of people, citrus fragrances don't work for their skin. It just don't bond. They're hard to bond anyway to most people, but for some folks they just really don't work at all. But it's okay if you get something that you like and you can keep a travel bottle with you or something. Whereas there are people who even have really dense fragrances that still don't work for them, or that they go nose blind to way too easy compared to other people. It happens. You got to test out and see kind of what really fits you, what expresses you the best. And that's the only real way you can do it, is really seriously experimenting with your own skin and how things come off, and also having other people help you so you don't get too nose blind to something and really tell you how something performs overall. Aquatics don't work on me. I understand that very, very well, my friend. Thanks for the stream. Last question: is Dior Homme Intense worth it? So, Brian, that is a very good question. Um, I would say yes, but don't worry about the parfum. I actually really love Dior Homme Intense. I wear the crap out of it. I have a two. I used to have the 2021. Gave it as a gift, and now all I got is 2024. Still does a good performance. It's not like a monster as much as I wish it was. It is hard to irisy lipsticky, but I really really love it. I will say though, on the other hand, it's not like an absolute beast mode performer, but it's very nice and I enjoy it quite a bit. But the Parfum edition that just came out, I wouldn't care about that. I would steer away from that. So Dior Homme Intense is really a nice fragrance, and I personally like it. But I would suggest you go try it at like a Sephora or somewhere and just see if it's really for you. So with that being said, you guys, not pushing a particular like religious system in any kind of way to be pushy or anything, but at the end of every one of my streams, I always like to just pray as gratitude, as thanks, and pray for all you guys. So whether you're Hindu, atheist, Christian, Buddhist, what have you, everybody's welcome. I know that a lot of people normally dip out during this part, and that's totally fine. I don't care, but I like to pray for you guys anyways and with you. So if you want to not do that at all and just keep commenting for a little bit, I'll answer your questions when I'm done. Well, not really, because I'm about to end this, but normally I would. But if you want to bow your head, again, whatever belief system you are or are not, again, it's not kind of pushing that kind of thing on you. It's just to be here with you guys and pray, because it makes me feel, I feel it's very important, and hopefully you guys do too. So, dear God, thank you so much for this awesome time with these people. Thank you that I got to answer these questions, and I appreciate you for even having this community and for having perfumery as a whole. It means the absolute world to me that you made us to have bonds and to have community and to get to know other people out there and to share passions and joy and art. Thank you, God, with all my heart, that this is just the world that we live in and the reality, through the pain, to the suffering, to the beauty and everything else. Like, I'm so grateful for it. And I don't know what these people are going through. I don't know, what's happening in their life. We all suffer. We all have ups and downs. But I hope that these people, I pray that they come to know they have purpose and they have value. They have so many purposes and values in their life, and they're not worthless. They're not hopeless. And I don't know again what they're going through if they're struggling, but God, I just hope they come to know you and know that you love them and that they have meaning and so much value. and they just have your peace in their life. So I lift everything up to you, God, in your name. Amen. Thank you guys for coming through again. I appreciate y'all more than you can possibly understand. This is a dream for me. Uh, I don't know how far this channel is going to go. I would love to see it keep growing. It would be awesome if someday I could do this actually like for like a job. Um, that'd be cool. It's always been a dream of mine to make videos and connect to people. It may never happen though, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, getting to have this time and you guys actually appreciate listening to me talk about fragrances and I get to ask you questions as well or talk with you guys, it's been very special. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to come through here tonight and for helping me hit a goal, which again, I'm not going to get into that too much right now, but I will in the future. So seriously appreciate you guys very, very much. And I just send all the love in the world to y'all. Please do go back. If you want to hear more of me talk at least, please be prepared for more streams in the future. Please go check out my video tomorrow night. It's going to be Aaron Terrence Hughes' Unicorn. Go check out my other videos that I've already posted. They were not always great quality and they're not perfect now, but they're going to keep getting better as time goes on. But obviously, we need a little change to be able to pull that off here on the channel. But yes, please go check out the videos, go watch them. The longer you're willing to watch them, the better it is for the videos. That's just how YouTube operates. Hitting the like button and leaving a comment. Share the videos if you're willing to. I know, again, I sound like a salesman, but you have to do that for your channel if you want it to grow. So my name is Douglas Moon. You can call me Douglas. You can call me by my actual first name, which is Andrew. You can call me whatever you want as long as you're being respectful. And you guys are always welcome here to share your thoughts and opinions. Again, as long as you're being respectful, no matter who you are, where you come from, or what walk of life you are. So I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys. I hope you have a very, very beautiful rest of your night. And I will be seeing you guys on the flip side. And please think of some questions if you guys have any. If there's anything you'd like to hear me talk about, if there's anything you would like to just go through together, feel free to bring them next time that we discuss stuff. I am wide open to suggestions and everything. It doesn't mean I'll do everything, but I'm wide open to suggestions. So again, just go check out my other reviews. Go check out the one that I post tomorrow evening, and then I will see you guys later.